Hello, my name's Kevin Odie, and I'm the U.S. Sales Manager for Channel Partnerships. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to have a short demonstration on how to export files to your desktop and then later transfer those files over to a CD. To begin, you will want to make a new folder on your desktop. Right-click, New Folder. Again, that's right-click on your mouse, New Folder. We're going to name that folder Notewise Recordings. You can name it anything you like, but for my reference, I'm going to call it Notewise Recordings. Once you have the folder created, then you should open Notewise. So locate the Notewise icon, and then by default, this is the screen you see. To locate recordings on your Notewise application, go under Search and Recordings. Here's where you'll find all the recordings ever made on this computer. By default, the system goes to Recent, so the most recent 50 recordings will show up in this list right here. You can search for today or by date. So if you want to enter a parameter, you can enter a beginning and an ending date and find recordings that way. For this demonstration, I'm going to use Recent, and I'm going to select at random recordings. So if you choose 3 different recordings, you can select them just like that. You can select 2 at a time, or you can check this box at the header. You can select all the recordings. So if you want all the recordings for today, you would go into to today's date and then check the box, and it would select all the recordings for that day. So for this example, again, I'm going to use Recent. I'm going to select maybe 3 random recordings, and you'll notice I have a list of icons that pop up here. You're going to hover your mouse over the icon that says Export Selected Recordings. Click, and the Export Recordings dialog box opens. You'll see that my selected path is Users Kevin O Desktop Notewise. So that's where it's going to go to that folder that I created on my desktop. If you choose to change that location, just select Path, Desktop, and locate that folder that you created. You can put that anywhere on your computer. So if you wanted it to go to your desktops, you create a new folder in your desktop documents location. So click Make New, and then give it a name, and click OK. So it would go into this location. However, I'm going to choose Desktop Jazz Recordings. There's my Notewise Recordings, and OK. So you'll notice that it changed the path. It's also suggested that you check both boxes, include PDF and JVL report. And this conversion options just gives you the ability to convert it into a different format, in stereo format instead of multi-channel. So if someone requested that, then you have the ability to do it. If you don't need this feature, then simply leave it to none. And then hover your mouse over Export, and you click Export. Once the files are completed, you get a message from the software that says the finished export successfully. At that time, you can click Close, and then you can minimize the application. The next steps will be creating a new CD. So I'm going to pause this for 1 second, then come right back. I'm going to get my CD burner and connect it to my system. So the next steps will be using Windows operating system to export those files over to a CD. And basically we're going to convert this file format on the CD itself. So make sure that you have a DVD and a CD burner in the computer that you're trying to transfer files from. You wait for it to load. You usually get a desktop icon there. Sometimes you'll have a message from Windows that says it recognizes a new disk. What do you want to do? So we're going to format this as a USB drive, and you'll see that in just 1 minute here. So typically I minimize this down so that I can see both windows. So this is my PC DVD drive. You see that there. And then I'll open this folder where I have my recordings stored. So we'll take these 3 files, and you can either check them individually like this, or check the header, and it's going to indicate that you want to do something with these files. And what that something will be for us is we're going to take and drag these 3 files right over to my DVD and drop them in there. And then it's going to convert that over to my drive. So I'm going from my Notewise folders on my desktop right into my DVD. And once it's complete, you'll notice that you have files there. You can click on those files, click on the viewer icon here, and it'll play the file for you. That's how you can keep those set. So just do a test with the system, make sure that those files did transfer over correctly. Inside the other folders, you'll notice there's media files that you can play back either way, and then you'll have your PDF report. That's what you checked whenever you exported the file. So everything was transferred over successfully. You're ready to eject the CD and then distribute it however needed. This completes our demonstration of exporting files to the local folder on the computer and transferring those files over to a CD. Thank you for joining us.